Match day 11 World Cup preview. All right, let's get right into it. This is Peach. We have Spain versus Saudi Arabia, Belgium versus Iran, Uruguay versus Cape Verde, and New Zealand versus Egypt. Now, I didn't write anything down, so we're doing this all off the hot potato here. We're going to start with Spain versus Saudi Arabia, and we're going to look at some teams. Oyarzabal had a bummer of a showing in his first game, but Lamine Yamal and Nico Williams are slated to both be starting this game. So you have to imagine that the Spaniards are going to look better. I mean, they should, right? Lamine Yamal came on in the first game, and they started to look better. I mean, it was still a bad showing. I don't know about Saudi Arabia here. They're gonna have to fight like crazy people to beat the Spaniards. You know, I think that Nico Williams, in my opinion, is probably the biggest danger man on that field. I'm happy that Gavi's not starting. I thought he did literally nothing in the first game. Oyarzabal has to just be better. Cucurella has to be better. Pedri has to be better. I mean, these people are slated to be the best in the world. Rodri has to be better. You know, Lamine Yamal is slated to be the best 18-year-old player in the world. So, I mean, these are the players that I'm betting on. Nico, Lamine Yamal are probably the two players that I'm looking at the most for bets. Definitely shots, maybe goal assist slash thing. You know what I mean? But I'm not really liking, you know, them not scoring after everyone slated them to be like this master attacking team. It's just like, come on. Let's stop messing around. They're not the best in the world. All right. Players I'm looking at on Saudi are nobody. You know, I wouldn't bet on anybody on this team. Nope. Don't even do it. It's not worth it. They aren't them, and none of them are him. All right, moving on to Belgium, Iran. One of those other really one-sided games, and if Romelu Lukaku starts up top, who are you putting in your lineup? You're putting in Lulu. That is for sure. I mean, him and Leo Trossard together are going to be just fucking that left side. So Trossard, Castagna, and I wouldn't say Onana. I think that Tielemans is probably going to play more in between them and KDB. Man, I'm betting Belgium hard on this one. You know, I'll do my predictions for each game at the end. We're just going to talk about the teams themselves for a second. But yeah, my bets are heavy on KDB and Lukaku here, Trossard and Castagna in fantasy. I think that in fantasy, if you can get Lukaku for under 9, put him in your lineup for sure, 100%. Not even a question. I think KDB will probably be over 10K. I think Trossard will be in the 7,900 to 8,900 range. If he's any higher than that, I wouldn't spend it. But Castagna and defense, that's an easy pickup, and I doubt that he's going to be expensive. In fact, him and Meunier, nailed it, are going to both be probably really good buy-down picks for your defensive line. Cucurella is going to be super expensive, so look at those players. On Iran, maybe Taremi. I mean, I could see them like sneaking back a goal here. Outside of the two fullbacks, like the Belgium defense is not what they used to be. And like him, maybe Yusuf, it's Taremi. If anybody's going to get a goal, it's going to be him in this team for sure. I just don't see, the Iranians don't have, like, they just don't have the firepower to beat up this Belgium team as much as you would want them to. Moving on to Uruguay versus Cape Verde. And let's talk about Cape Verde really quick because, man, this guy is super famous now, this 40-year-old goalkeeper, and maybe it's Curacao? Nah. It's one of them. I don't think that there's like real players to be looking at in this team other than maybe like Cabral, Mendes, and Livramento to steal a goal in this game, but that's exactly what they're going to have to do. Montero maybe gets all their free kicks or spot kicks. Nah, I'm just going to go to Cabral. That's what I'm really looking at is who's going to be taking their free kicks. It's probably Cabral. He'll probably get points. Who are we betting on Uruguay? Maxi Araujo. Maxi Araujo was so good in their first game. and he is so good in general. Maximilian Araujo is as fast as sin, tracks back, so he gets points for tackles, interceptions, and crosses. Just goal threat, obviously. It's just like, how do you not pick this guy? He takes their spot kicks sometimes. Him and Federico Valverde take their spot kicks. De La Cruz is like worth looking at, but I wouldn't really bet on him. Vinas has an upside of a goal. I think that the people that you're looking at mostly on this Uruguay team are Maximilian Araujo, especially in fantasy, and Federico Valverde. I'm sure that Araujo is going to be so expensive after his first game. So that's just something to think about. And let's talk about New Zealand versus Egypt. So we're going to talk about Just for a second. And this kid Just, first game was really impressive. 2 goals, just outstanding way to start. 26-year-old, super fast, plays on the left wing, and then he has big, fat Chris Wood standing right in front of him in the striker position. And Chris Wood is exactly that, a striker. I mean, he can get the ball in the net. I think if you can get either of these players cheap, I doubt that you'll get Just cheap after his showing the first game. But if you get Chris Wood for cheap, I mean, he had an assist. He has the opportunity for a goal. He could probably sink it. I mean, I definitely would bet on shots on target. I'm not sure about fantasy, but if you get him for super cheap, yeah, for sure. Moving on to Egypt. Marmoush, Salah, Fatou, maybe Hani. I'm not like super up on the Egyptian team. They used to be so much better. I don't think they're bad by any means. I think they're definitely going to take it to New Zealand though. Like I think New Zealand doesn't. I mean, I think I could see we're going to talk about that in a second. Let's talk about Salah. Salah is who you want to bet on this team. And if you can get him for under 9K, he's someone definitely to look at, especially against New Zealand. He's going to get opportunities, and he's quick, and he's playing in the middle of the field, so he's going to be like the anchor and tempo of this entire team. He really is. I mean, it's hard to argue with that. He's probably going to take all the free kicks. Nope, he's probably going to take all the free kicks. I had to relook at their lineup, but Marmoush is super quick. He's got the ability to get a ball in the net. I can't remember who the other guy that played for Egypt that was a big fat striker for them. Let's bring it up. Trezeguet. I think that's how you say his name, Trezeguet. No, it's Hamza Abdullah Karim. There it is. Nailed it. Fuck yeah. I think he's probably their number 9, and he can bang them, but I don't know if he's going to start. I actually don't think he's going to start at all. I think if he does, it will be like a 4-2-1-2. No, 4-2-1-2-1 kind of formation. And I just don't think that Egypt play that way, so I don't think he's going to start. Yep. All right, let's talk about score predictions real quick. I have Spain beating Saudi Arabia 3-0. It could be dangerously higher than that, though. 3-1. I got them beating them 3-1. It could be dangerously higher of a score, though. It could be up in the 5s or 6 if Yamal and Nico Williams start ticking and that team starts working. But that wasn't their showing in the first game. I think it's going to be a get-right game, so 3-1. If David Raya is in goal, 4-0. Belgium versus Iran. Man, if Lukaku starts, I'm going to say 4. Yeah, I'm going to say 4-0. If Lukaku starts. No, 4-1. I'm going to say 4-1 if Lukaku starts. Uruguay versus Cabo Verde. I'm going to say 2-0 to Uruguay. And I think they're going to be hard-earned goals. And New Zealand versus Egypt. I'm going to put Egypt ahead 2-1. That's a review. Remember to like, follow, and subscribe. And